Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about the Earth Summoner and a small breakdown on how to play it. I'm not going to go into super detail like how I did with my Shadow Gunner and my Wind Summoner and all of those classes, mainly because the Awakening class is literally coming out in like 2 months. So I don't want you guys to watch this video and go super in depth in it and only to have everything change in like 2 months. So I'll go over the basic rotation and the basic itemizations. The Earth Summoner does not become strong until certain requirements are met. The first requirement is you need to have your Dynasty Mystic badge. The reason why is because if you read over here, resets Thornstrike cooldowns when using Flying Nettles on Earth build, stacks up to 3 Autumn Leaves for 4 seconds, consumes 1 Autumn Leaf when using Thornstrike during Autumn Leaves, and it's plus 800% earth damage on successful Thornstrike during Autumn Leaves. So the TLDR is basically every time you use Nettles, which is going to be you're going to click F to use your Doom and Bloom, and then after that, when they're poisoned, when you see this green bar on the right side of them, you'll be able to use Flying Nettles. Once you use that, you have this buff called Autumn Leaves, which increases the damage of your 2. So every time you use your 2, it'll increase the damage by 800%, which is insane. However, just having the badge is not enough. You also need to have your Vortex Temple 8-piece. The reason I say this is because when you have the 8-piece, you also have the Weed Whack and Thornstrike damage increased by an extra 110%. So when you have the 800% here and you have the 110% from your 8-piece Vortex Temple, you have insane damage. After you have this, the next thing you want to have is either the Undying Soul badge, which is the fused version of the Sagewood and the Magnum. The main one that you're looking for is the Magnum Soul badge. The reason why you want the Magnum Soul badge is because it says right here, triggers Magnum effect for 10 seconds on successful Thornstrike or Vine Whip. And then once the Magnum effect is triggered, it'll be Flying Nettles and Briar Patch can be cast instantly regardless of cooldown with 3 stacks of the Magnum effect. With 3 stacks of the Magnum effect, a successful Flying Nettles deals 2000% of attack power as additional bonus elemental damage for 3 seconds. So that is the main reason why you need to have your 8-piece Vortex Temple with your Magnum Soul badge as well as your Dynasty Mystic badge, because they have such good synergy with each other. And this is why the Earth Summoner does so much damage after they get their 8-piece Vortex Temple, after they get their Dynasty Mystic badge and their Magnum Soul badge, is because of the synergy between all 3 of them. So your rotation is going to be relatively simple. You're going to start with your opener, which is a 3. The reason why you want to use Petal Storm Toss, or your 3 first, is because once you throw it, it'll activate your Divinity Bracelet. So if you have the new bracelet, you want to go for the Divinity one, because this one is for Earth Summoners. However, if you are a Wind Summoner, you will go the Starbreaker. But today we're talking about the Earth Summoner, so Divinity Bracelet for sure. And the moment you activate your Divinity Bracelet, it's going to give you 350% more attack power on your Sunflower and your Super Sunflower, which is your RMB, which is over here, which will give you additional damage. However, more importantly, after you cast your 3, your 1 is going to give you an additional 48,000 to 51,000 earth damage. However, it only deals this additional damage if the enemies are hit by a Petal Storm Toss first. So your main rotation is going to look like this. You're going to press 3, 1, F, 2, 2, 2, F again, and it rinse and repeat. The main reason why you want to do that is because once you cast your 3 and your 1, your F is going to change from Doom and Bloom into Nettles. And the moment you use Nettles, you're going to proc your badge. The moment you use Nettles, you're going to get your 3 Autumn Leaves. Once you have your 3 Autumn Leaves, you're going to need to use your 2 in order to get the 800% damage. And after you use your Thornstrike 3 times, it's going to proc your Magnum badge, which is going to allow you to cast F again, which will give you your Nettles, which gives that 2000% attack power bonus. So again, I'm going to walk you through it. 3, 1, F, 2, 2, 2, F. And voila. And then once that, you can see here again, I have another 3 stacks of Autumn Leaves, which I can use again. And that's what your opener is going to sort of look like, and that's how you're going to be able to deal most of your damage, as most of your damage will come from Thorn Strike as well as Nettles, because of how the synergy works. However, while you're doing that, you also want to be spamming your left mouse button and right mouse button in order to deal your Sunflower damage, which you get a bonus of from your bracelet. So your rotation, there's a lot of information to like consume or to understand about your rotation. However, the majority of Earth Summoners that I know are usually macroing at the very least, they're macroing the left and right mouse button as well as their 2. That way they can just focus on their 3, their 1, and their F, and they're just looking at the stacks and looking at their timing. Keep in mind, here is a little trick that I like to use, is when you press Petal Storm, on the left side of the enemy, you'll see a pink flower, and this is going to tick down slowly, and that shows you the duration of the Petal Storm. And when you press your 1, it's going to show over here the Poison Ivy effect, and this will also tick down. And you'll see that, you know, they're still affected by Poison Ivy for 5 seconds, and by the time it ticks down to the very bottom, it'll disappear. And once they're affected by Poison Ivy, that's when you can use your F to proc your Autumn Leaves. So that's mainly what you need to be noticing, is basically the left and the right of the enemy. The Petal Storm toss is not as important, but just remember you can squeeze that extra damage if you notice that, oh, I've got Petal Storm, I can press 1 now to deal that additional 63,000 to 67,000 damage. This will scale depending on how much AP you have and your multipliers, but on my character it deals that much damage. As you can see, it changed now from 50 to 53,000 damage, and it'll keep changing based on my current multipliers. And that's basically how you play the Earth Summoner at the moment. 3, 1, F, 2, 2, 2, F, 2, 2, 2, and then that will begin the actual rotation. As you can see, I hit around 510k from just the simple opener, and I was attacking very slow just to let you guys see the rotation. And that is the bread and butter on how the Earth Summoner deals the majority of their DPS. However, if you're more of a visual person, I'll post a picture over here now from BNS Kawaii. I believe he changed his name. And I also forgot there is a paste bin in the description below, which will also tell you all about the Earth Summoner in written form. In this video, it's really just a very basic level, just explaining where you get your damage for Earth Summoners. But if you want like the super nitty gritty and all of the rotation stuff, you can check out the paste bin. It explains everything in much better detail. But yeah, if you found this video helpful, I would appreciate a subscribe. It really does help out my channel. And thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome? For the heals, the boosts, the rest.